Hello everyone, this is James Shore with another test-driven development video. It is May 27th. I'm picking up right where I left off in the last episode. What we were doing was we are transforming $' text field from a text field to a panel that contains a text field with the ultimate purpose of being able to implement code that does what this spike does, which is has an icon in it that can be turned on and off depending on whether or not the text is valid or not. So that's what we're doing. It's going really well so far. I'm just thrilled with how well it's going. And yeah, I have to say, I love the way this looks. It just so beautiful. I've always loved UI code. It's fun seeing it come together. Pain in the butt to write, don't get me wrong. Pain in the butt to write. But you know, a lot of software you write, it does calculations, you never see anything except the answer. Not nearly as satisfying as code that makes changes in the real world. Even better than UI is robots and stuff like that. It's so much fun. So anyway, let's move on. So I just modified $ text field to be a panel. I haven't done anything else yet, but it is passing, which is cool. I'm going to bring back real quick. I'm going to bring back the Java, the TD gotchi, since things seem to be going smoothly. Let's see, let's put him down here. There we go. Hopefully I won't kill him off again. I don't think I've ever gotten past the newbie TD gotchi, which means either you're listening to the wrong person and I'm clueless, or you're listening to the right person and I'm still clueless. I don't know what it means. But I do end up with a zombie awful lot. So, okay, so we got a green bar. Now, what I want to assert is that we have the right number of components, and I'm pretty sure that that will work. Yes, it does work. And so now I'm going to assert that we want 2 components, and that should fail. And then what I'm getting to is putting in an icon. And then what I'm going to do is add, I don't know, just a panel. And that should pass. And now I'm going to assert that we have a text field. That should pass. And I'm going to assert the layout should include a warning icon. And that should fail because I put in a panel. Classic TDD here, you know, really small steps, pass, fail, refactor. Now I'm going to put in a new JLabel, and that should pass. Now I'm going to refactor. I'm going to actually ask for not just a label, but that specific icon. I suppose, I mean, the icon doesn't, the label doesn't have the icon. So let's assert that the icon label, warning icon, should actually be the correct icon. Oh, you know what though? No, it just needs to include an icon. The warning part of it is going to be set. Yeah, that's going to happen down here. We're going to set the icon. It's going to be the $ text field that decides what the icon is. So we'll just say that the text field has an icon, not that it has a warning icon. So that's good. Now, that's not, I don't know what that's doing under the scenes. It's certainly not done yet. Yeah, it's showing up kind of funky. It's really hard to test look and feel, and I often don't bother. I test the underlying structure and then manually verify the look and feel. And I think I might need to do that in this case. But one thing I can do is assert that we have an overlay layout. Rather than whatever the layout is right now. Yeah, expected overlay layout was flow layout. That's what I expected. So and do we need to do anything special in this overlay layout? Yeah, we need to tell it who we are. There we go. Hey, we haven't killed the TD gotcha yet. That's awesome. 3 points. Woohoo! So what's that going to look like? I think it's still not going to look quite right. Oh, look at that. It looks awesome. Well, cool. Hmm. Wow, that was unexpected. So now we've got the icon there. And I think what we want to do is, I think by default, the icon should be invisible. Should not be visible. Visible. Should be invisible by default. So that should be false. And I think that will fail. Yep. And that should pass. There we go. Boy, I have such a happy little TD gotcha. Much better than those times that I made him into a zombie. Those many times that I made him into a zombie. And I think I'll go ahead and factor this out into a layout method. Oh, let's see. I have called this something. I have a standard name that I usually use for this. What is it? Add components. Yeah. And let's go ahead and create call this add listener. And then we'll set the text to the initial value. And actually, let's do it that way. Should that all work? I think it will. There we go. Okay. So that's all working. I think now we want to do a little bit of code to say we can set and clear icon. And although I really don't like using nulls to indicate something important, I think in this case it's simplest for us to use null to mean no icon. So let's just do that. Now, how have I done icon tests in the past? I think I can just create an image icon. So there we go. And I should be able to say something like set the icon and assert and then we're going to want to say that the JLabel, icon label, is equal to that. And actually, do we want to create abstraction? Do we want to create an abstraction in $text field test for the components, like a method that says give me the icon, for example? And that, of course, doesn't exist, but we can create it. And that should fail. Well, no, that should pass. We don't have an assertion yet. But now what I want to assert is that the icon should match the icon. Now, I'm not creating a getIcon method for $text field. I could do that, but I like to avoid exposing too much of the internals of a class unless I really need to. Although arguably this is, delving more deeply into the internals of the class anyway. So we expected that was null. That's perfect. It's exactly the behavior I was expecting. Now what we're going to do is we're going to say icon label dot set icon. There we go. And we also want to say that the icon label should be visible. And I think that will pass. Or no, that will fail, because we haven't set it to visible. But now it should pass. And it does. Great. And that's all the time we have for this episode. Thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you next time.